Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Welcome back to the agricultural science class. The new topic we want to study is farm mechanization. Farm mechanization. Now, what is farm mechanization? Farm mechanization involves the application of the various machines and implements that we have been studying on the farm to improve the productivity and the profitability of the farm business. I take it again. Farm mechanization involves the introduction and the application of the various machines and implements on the farm in order to maximize the productivity and profitability of the farm business. Now, we are going to consider farm mechanization under the advantages, disadvantages, limitations, or problems of farm mechanization, as well as the prospects. Now, this you should understand this. When we talk about the advantages of farm mechanization, then we mean that if the machines are used on the farm, what are the benefits that the farmers stand to gain for the use of the machines on the farm? And when we talk about disadvantages, we talk about what are the advantages of the machines being used on the farm? What are the disadvantages that could be attributed to the machines on the farm? Then the limitations. Talk about reasons why many farmers may not be able to use the machines. Reasons why many farmers may not be able to use the machines. Then they go for the problem of farm mechanizations. The reasons why farmers may not be able to use the machines. Then lastly, the prospects. Prospect of farm mechanization means what can we do to alleviate the problems of farm mechanization? What can we do that will encourage many farmers to adopt farm mechanization? So let's go to advantages of farm mechanization. When the machines are used on the farm, what are the advantages that the machines are used on the farm? The first one is timeliness of operations. In other words, the work on the farm will be completed within a very short period of time. It saves time. It does not allow time to be wasted, because when human labor or animal labor is used, there may need for rest, there may need for waiting. But when machines are used, there's no need for resting or waiting. Quick, the work is completed. Number two, it saves labor. Now, the labor talks about human beings that work on the farm. When machines are used, then it saves labor. Labor will not need to be stressing and to be working effortlessly. Now, two, it reduces health hazards. When machines are used on the farm, it reduces health hazards. When man works on the farm with cutlasses, hoes, and shovel, he exposes himself to hazards such as the thorns, such as the bite of dangerous animals, or even the tools hitting him and causing injury on him. But with the use of the machines, all these hazards are reduced or eliminated. Then it reduces or eliminates drudgery. Drudgery is slackness in work. Sometimes farmers appear tired and bored, and so they are slow to work. They are not apt to it. But with the use of machines, drudgery is removed, boredom is removed. Farm mechanization helps to eliminate or reduce drudgery in farm work. Then farm mechanization increases farm revenue. Certainly, when you use farm mechanization, you are increasing your output, and then you make more revenue, more profit for the farmer. It encourages large-scale farming. Yes, the presence of machines will encourage the farmer to cultivate more land, because there will be machines to do them. Then it increases output. Yes, because when the machines are available, you can produce more and your output will be higher. It promotes specialization of labor. Yes, when you have machines, farmer labor will not need to be do every work. Some work will be done by the machine, and the laborers will now divide themselves, into other operations. It promotes specialization of labor. Then we observe that farm mechanization encourages cooperation among farmers. It encourages cooperation among farmers. For instance, some small-scale farmers can come together and hire tractor to work on their farms. Some farmers, small-scale farmers, will combine their farm together to become a mega farm so that they can take advantage of the use of farm machines. Then we observe that farm mechanization causes reduction in cost of operations. Yes, but then when you use the machines, you reduce cost of operations because the machines can handle bulk work within a short-term limited period of time. Then it allows the deployment of labor for other sectors. You know, when you use machines on the farm, few laborers or labor will be required. The remaining labor can now be deployed to other sectors in the economy. Now let's look at the second point, disadvantages of farm mechanization. Disadvantages of farm mechanization. When you practice farm mechanization, what are the shortfalls or shortcomings that can be caused by the machines? The first one is high cost. High cost. Because you use farm mechanization, the machines are very expensive. And this high cost may not surface here. We would rather look at this high cost under limitation. So the first one is displacement of labor. Labor will be displaced. The meaning is that if 10 people are required to work on the farm, now when you have a tractor, maybe only 2 people required to operate the tractors. Then 8 other people will be unemployed. We observe that over-dependence on machines will lead to a lot of labor losing their jobs. So farm mechanizations causes displacement of labor. Number 2, compaction of the soil. So these machines are very heavy. By the time when they move on the soil is compacted and pressed together, thereby destroying a lot of things in the soil. Next, it causes environmental pollution. Yes, the smoke that comes from it causes from the big machines or bulldozers or tractors. These smokes, these heavy thick smokes will cause air pollution. The sand will cause noise pollution, while the oil that drips from the engine will cause water pollution or sewage. So farm mechanization can lead to environmental pollution. It causes degradation of landscape. By the time we begin to use the machine on the land, the landscape will be destroyed. The destruction of soil structure as well. It destroys the arrangement of the soil structure. The machines can cause redundancy in farm labor. Yes, redundancy. It means that when the machines break down at any time, the farmers will be redundant. They cannot be able to work without the machines. Before the coming of the machines, farmers work with their tools. They are ready to work, they are apt to work. But by the time when the machine comes, they relax. Anytime the machine breaks down, it becomes so difficult for the farmers to pick their tools and work. So it causes redundancy of farm labor. Then few crops can be mechanized. Few crops can be mechanized. This should be a form of problems or limitations to farm mechanization. But damage to crops, yes, we observe that the farm mechanization can lead to damage to crops. Sometimes these machines, which are expected to work on the farm, will destroy the crops by trampling on the crops accidentally or by breaking into the farm accidentally to destroy the crops. Now, wastage of excess produce or harvest, if there are no sufficient storage and processing units. Yes, farm mechanization can lead to wastage of excess produce, especially if there are no readiness of storage facilities or process facilities to handle the excess product. Okay, let's go to limitations, or let's start with the problems of farm mechanization. There are quite a lot of problems. Now we have land tenure system. Land tenure system is a system whereby the farmers depend on the customary system to acquire land for agriculture. Example is maybe through inheritance or through communal land tenure system. This method will make a farmer to have very small land holdings, which will not be enough for agriculture. 2, scatter farm holdings. Many farmers, they have their farms, small farms located in different places. And when this happens, the farmlands are not together in a place. Farm mechanization will be possible. Then you have inadequate facilities, or before that, you have miscropping system. many farmers practice mixed cropping systems. Mixed cropping system is a system whereby 2 or more types of crops are planted on the same piece of land at the same time. That kind of system of farming or cropping will not allow mechanization. For farm mechanization, we practice sole cropping. So any farmer who decides to go to mixed cropping certainly will not use machines, because by the time when he uses the machine to operate one crop, the machine will destroy the other crops. Now, poverty of the farmers. Farmers are poor. Most of them are poor in rural communities. They do not have enough money to go into buying the required machines. Then, inadequate facilities, inadequate loan facilities for farmers, inadequate even essential facilities to farmers to educate them on the machines serve as a problem. Then bad topography. Sometimes farmers that desire to use machines cannot do so because the topography will not support free movement of the farm machines. Then inadequate spare parts. A lot of machines are broken down that there are no spare parts because the machines are produced from outside the country and the spare parts are not available. And this has caused lots of discouragement to farmers from purchasing the farm machines. Then you have inadequate technical manpower. There are few people who know how to repair this machine or how to service them. When the machine breaks down, it will be difficult to revive them. So it serves as a problem. The problem of stumps and logs on the farm, especially in the rural, in the south, you have stumps, you have logs of wood, which hinder free movement of these farm machines, and thereby frustrating the efforts. Now let's look at the limitations. The limitations are the problems, but we break them into 4: economic limitation, NECO limitation, lack of maintenance, and small landholdings. Economic limitations include 1, the machines are very expensive. Economically, the farmers cannot purchase them. 2, the machines are not readily available in the country. They are produced outside the country, so they are not available in the country. 3, the high cost of maintenance and high cost of ironing machines. It's expensive to maintain the machines. It's expensive to hire them to work, and high charges or wages of the operators. The operators charges high wages, which most farmers may not be able to come by. Technical limitations. Number 1, there's scarcity of experts to handle these machines, to repair them, to service them. 2, many of the machines are not adapted to local climates. The machines are produced from European countries and they are not fully suitable in our own land, thereby making the machine to spoil quickly. Then you have few schools are available to train operators. We do not have sufficient operators around to operate the machines. 2, lack of maintenance. All replacement parts are not available because they are not produced in the country. The machines are fabricated outside the country, and the tools, replacement parts are not available. 2, inadequate personnel to repair the machines. There are no sufficient experienced technical people to repair the machine when they break down. Then facilities to repair or maintain the machines are lacking. The facilities, the methods, the equipment, the tools to use to repair the machines, they are lacking. Okay. Then let's look at small land holdings. The small land holdings can also be a limitation to farm mechanization. Why? Because many farmers, they operate through natural system, which does not encourage the use of farm mechanization. Then land fragmentation, the breaking by which land is broken into fragments, into fractions, due to land transfer by inheritance and communal land transfer system. This will not encourage this land fragmentation, will not encourage mechanization. And lastly, peasant farmers have small land holdings. I mentioned that before. They have small land holdings which are scattered at different locations, and there's no way that the land could be brought together, thereby frustrating farm mechanization. Now, prospects of farm mechanization mean that how can we overcome these limitations? How can we solve the problems? Number 1, farmers should be educated to accept modern farming changes in farming. Farmers should be educated to accept modern changes in farming, especially in mechanization. 2, government should grant loans for farmers to obtain the farm machines. 3, the land use decree of 1970 should be enforced so that farmers can obtain more land for agriculture. Simple and less expensive machines should be developed in the country. more people should come together to fabricate these machines that will be cheaper and weather friendly. Next, farmers should form cooperative to enable them buy farm machines. If the machines are expensive for a single farmer to purchase, 2 or more of them could come together, put the resources together and form a cooperative and buy the farm machine for common use. Then individual corporate organizations could buy these machines and rent them out for farmers. Banks should give loans to farmers at low interest rates to enable them buy machines and use. Government should establish agricultural engineering department in schools to train personnel on how to fabricate and on how to use the machines. Now, we've come to the end of farm mechanization. Some questions will pop up on you. Try to answer the questions. If you find such questions difficult, don't hesitate to go back into your video and watch again.